Hey guys, Josh the RV Nerd here with Carlos the Wonder Pup, our little puppy that we just got, new addition to our family. And we just got our first snow to finally stick to the ground here in Michigan. And I thought, well, this is probably the best time to talk about a nice little cold camping primer, because there's a lot of people who do that. Now, first thing, I've talked about this recently here, but if you're not actively using your camper and it's stored outside, man, I recommend you get a cover on it. Call our parts department if you want, pricing or help on something like that. Secondly, if you're not using it, I don't recommend the blowout method of winterization. I recommend you actually pump antifreeze into that thing. Water finds a way to pool, and it only takes one ice cube, guys, to blow a water line and to cause a lot of problem. And the thing is, it's not usually the water line. Most campers have PEX plumbing, which can expand to 10 times its size. It's the fittings. The fittings can't get bigger or smaller. The fittings have to stay the same size. That's the weak point. That's actually one of the interesting things on Montanas. I've heard someone say, well, they run the water lines under the floor of a Montana. What if a water line breaks? Don't know. Hasn't happened yet, because there's no fittings under the floor of a Montana. Again, not an accident that they're the most common fifth wheel for full-time RVers. So, again, use real antifreeze, and don't use the cheap animal fat antifreeze. You have to look kind of at the ingredient list of this stuff. Long story short, if you don't know what you're looking for, you just give us a call and we can tell you what it is. There's a reason that jug of antifreeze that we sell for $6 is $2.99 at Walmart, because it's going to leave your water line smelling gross and rotten animal fat. Anyway, nothing wrong with Walmart, it's just that's what they sell. So if you're going to keep your RV out full-time in the winter, what do you need to do to make it through without issues? First thing I recommend, you got to skirt that thing somehow. There's a reason that if you're going over a bridge, there's a sign that says bridge might be icy before the rest of the road. It's because wind can whip under the bridge and over it. You get that dual effect. You have to block off the bottom. There's a reason. There's an entire business dedicated to mobile home skirting, guys. That's an entire business in and of itself. You're a good boy, but you got to talk to babies and puppies like this. Yes, you'll do. So you got to get it skirted, and I don't recommend just the old straw bales. They're a good insulator. They'll be a windbreak, because that's the biggest thing you're doing is windbreaking. They're flammable. I never really had that be an issue from people. I've never heard someone say, I lost my camper because my straw bales got on fire. But it can happen. I want to give you warnings. There's lots of different ways to skirt an RV, just like there's lots of different ways to put covers on an RV. Again, call our parts department at our 800 number, and they can walk you through the different methods, and you choose which one's the best for you. And we can drop ship the stuff right to your house most of the time. However it is, you got it skirted. There are supplemental heat options. There's entire companies dedicated just to that. The next thing you want to do is block the windows. Even if that means just pulling that shade down. I've done a bit on RV thermal windows. You should check out, search the phrase thermal windows. Here, you want down, buddy? Sorry about that. Kids nowadays, whatever. It's his first video. Maybe he's nervous. I don't know. So, where's that at? Windows. Even if it's just that window shade, you want to block those off. That nice little foil stuff is great. Just anything extra to help, because that's basically a big thermal hole in the wall. You see a movie Predator where he can have heat vision? Well, that would be like a giant blue thing on a giant red thing. Then ceiling vents, those nice little square vents like in your bathroom and your bedroom, you want to block those off, because that's another huge heat loss point. Heat rises, and there's nothing but plastic between you and the great outdoors right there. They make those nice little formed pillows, or again, foil things you can stick up in there. They work great. Here's the trick though. You're now blocking off all of the areas where your trailer breathes. And you know what you and I do? We breathe. And you know what's in our breath? A lot of water. There's a ton of moisture in human breath. So people wake up and they say, I don't like it when I wake up and there's humidity on the inside of my windows. It's because you sat there for 8 straight hours breathing without stirring up that air, and it gave the water a chance to condensate and pool up. So you need a dehumidifier. That's a thing that you just got to do. Now, water lines are your weak point. And when people say, I want a 4 seasons camper, the insulation is like, you think, oh, that'll keep me warm. Most campers don't really struggle with that. It's keeping the water lines from freezing. That's what you're buying into. Almost any RV is going to serve you fine right down to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees for you folks on a non-imperial system, which is, you know, most of the rest of the planet. For some reason, we're retarded that way. Anyway, the water lines are your weak point. Get some heat tape. Google that if you don't know what that is. Call me Parts Guys if you don't know what that is. That's yet another entire different video. Don't forget, like, people, they forget all the stuff outside of the camper. That's where you want to ramp that, because they're like, oh, my RV's 4 seasons. Yeah, it is. Your water hose ain't. You got to get water to the thing to run it through the thing. You know, so the water spigot outside, the hookup, the water lines, you got to protect that stuff too, because that's exposed to the elements most of the time. Don't forget the outside stuff also means like outside showers. That's the #1 failed winterization point we find in RVs. Used RVs come in and it's like candy. The little shower head on the outside shower, we just chuck those and replace them. It's like we assume it has a broken one and we assume we need to spend $9 on it every time we take a trade. Because people, I got my water heater, I pulled the plug, I ran the antifreeze, like you said, forgot the outside shower every time. Like I said, guys, the thing to remember here is it only takes 1 ice cube to have a very big problem. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping everyone, and as always, share, subscribe, let people know that we're out here educating you, and if anything that we found shared with you, you find useful, all I ask is just an opportunity to earn your business at our dealership, whether it's on parts, an entire RV, a truck and trailer purchase, doesn't matter. That's all I ask. So take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone.